Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where I just try to teach you just things I've learned over the years. Things with lighting, things with posing, and just doing every kind of shoot possible. Seniors to family to weddings to engagement sessions. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're a beginner to if you're just starting off with lighting, this is perfect for you. You know, even if you're trying to get into more like multiple lights for certain shoots, or just want to know and follow along during weddings and stuff like that, I think you're at the right place. Hopefully I can help you with anything. And if there's always something you want to see or want to hear or want to learn from me, comment in the below and I'll see if I can find some footage for that, because I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I footage for all my shoots, and then I just got to go through them and create a video. So I do have a lot of footage from this season. And I think I got a system down where I can actually use a behind the scene camera. So I do got a lot of footage. So if there's something specific you guys want to see, I'll look in my repertoire and see if I got something for you. But this one is from a senior session I did this month. And this is just right at the, this is right here. I'm just going to actually play this as I'm sitting here talking. This is right at the end of the session. We went to her school first, did a few photos, and then we went to the park here and did a few photos. I did mostly all off or on, or I did all natural light, and then I had my mag sphere and 8200 and a light stand. And typically every shoot I do by myself, like whether it's a senior session, family session, something smaller than a wedding or something like that, I always just carry one stand. It's kind of been my go-to if I'm by myself. I don't have an assistant or somebody helping. I have my mag sphere. I'll have a grid just in case, and then I'll have these colored gels that I'm pulling out here and putting them on my lights. And this specific shoot, like right when we finish, it's, as you can see, it's like blue hour. It's getting dark. And I just asked her, I said, hey, you want to do a quick shot with just some lighting real quick before we leave? And she has a cardigan on and it was blue and green. And I gave her a handful of my gels of different colors. And when I was grabbing my lights, and I just asked her, like, yeah, just pick two colors and, we'll go from there. And she picked green and blue, and that's the color of her cardigan. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I put a blue gel and a green gel, one on each side. I had these two stands and two extra lights in my car already, and I wasn't using them all day, but I was like, oh, they're already charged and ready to go. So it was easy. I could just pull out a couple light stands. I set them at, they're probably about 6 feet, at about 6 feet or so. I set them behind her, kind of crossing towards her from behind, just to kind of give that more, so it's not so much on her face, but it's more just a backlight, a hair light, and it might catch the side of her face as well, depending on which way she turns her head, just for a little more dramatic look. And then I just, again, still had my mag sphere on a 8200 for my main shot. So I just lifted this baby up, pointed her down a little bit more, so as more direct light from that, left downward angle, just to kind of give that more shadow look. And depending, again, I have her kind of turn her body and do a few different poses and situations. So
all right, cool. Where the wind's blowing. So I'm gonna see here. Cut my light down. So we got B, D, and A.
Them are my lights. B.
I'm going to try these out, see what. I'm gonna set my light real quick. That's cool. I'm gonna darken it just a hair. There we go. That looks about right.
So as you can see too, like a lot of the time, if you're just starting out, you're using lighting and stuff like that, I highly suggest, before you even turn the lights on, take a photo and just get your ambient light set to where you want it first. And just make sure, your background looks right, or what you want it to look like. And right here too as well, I showed her and she kind of got excited, just to show her, because she's standing there like, what is he doing? Like, okay, yeah, I'll do that, but what is he doing? She's kind of just like, not really into it, and I'm setting my light up. So I always kind of show her, as you can see, she's kind of lighting up now, just kind of show, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. I just set my light and I'm like, okay, this is kind of an example of what I'm going for. And she got a little excited, like, oh, cool. Well, let's do this. I'm excited to have a couple photos like this. It's different. It's not just your normal typical scene with your typical daylight colors and natural light. This kind of throws little color and chisel to you. So right here, I'm just kind of posing her
towards the light a little bit, or actually, yeah, face your body towards me right here. So it's going to be almost like you're looking over back at me, and then your cardigan's a little twisted right there. Yeah, just even it out a little bit. Perfect. And then maybe your foot over your, yeah, just a little bit more. Yeah, cool. That's cool. Let's see if I can incorporate some of this stuff.
All right.
So I'm going to have you rotate.
And right here, you can see kind of my first shot I got there for her. And, you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. So I really darkened. Oops, that was like right before. I really darkened the background. So, you can't even really see the rock much. You can see the blue hour, the sky. And then I just have the green line on this side, the blue on this side. You can see the blue hitting her highlights and then the green kind of touching her cheek there. It just gives that little outline. Even on her pant leg, you can see the green and then the blue here. So it just a little, something a little different, and then just a straight light. So it gives her a little backlight to separate her from that dark, because otherwise, like if I only had my front light here, her hair would be probably lost. Like the outline of her hair would be lost into the blackness back there. So whether I have a regular light that doesn't have color gel on it in the back, it's always nice to have a little bit of hair light, especially when you're doing something this dark. Just to, you can see the outline of her arm there, outline of her arm here with the blue. So it really just helps like separate her from the darkness in the background. So
now look to your right. Sorry. There you go. And then cross your foot over. Just, yep. Perfect. I love it. Get a couple shots here. Hold that. Coming in tight. Getting a little couple different. I'm just going to shoot a bunch of different angles just since we got it set up. And now freestyle. Do whatever you want. Every 2 seconds you just change. Oh, she's working that. Love it. I love it. You gotta give me a serious. I like that. Tilt your head a little bit like that. Perfect. You get a tight shot. And then smile big. Perfect. It's a wrap.
Oh,
cool.
Perfect. Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, they're all different. A lot of different blue, green in there. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Freestyle. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You guys want do you think they want a family shot with this lighting?
I can ask.
If they won't. If not, it can be done.
And then I always, because I know Ben, her dad, and so I just told them, if you guys want to come out and do just a quick shot with your parents, I already got the light set up, so why not? I always offer that too, like if I'm usually doing, senior sessions or whatever the case, like if the mom's with or the dad's with, I always try to remember just like they're there, why not just get a, quick shot of them and their daughter, their son, whatever the case may be. Why not? It's you're there, you got your light set up, it's a nice little, corporation. I did a few at the high school as well with her parents. So got a few solos with her dad because he was hanging out with me. So yeah. So just going back to, let's see, I'll go full screen. So we can kind of see the footage was so pixelated on my camera because it was dark, and I think I had the settings wrong where I couldn't really read what settings I was dialing in on my flashes. But I'm willing to bet that I had the backlights were at around 64, and maybe my main light was around 32 power. for my speed lights. And, you know, again, I highly suggest for you to, you know, adjust your light first. Here, I'm going to go back to like this one. And this one actually is a red sky too. I changed that with a gradient tool in Lightroom. And just to change a couple of them up, I did this one, and then the next one I did a purple sky, which is very simple, and just to switch it up, give it a different look. But just for an example here, you can see just how dark the background is. So again, after I set up my lights, don't even turn on the lights on your, you know, shut off your trigger. Have the lights on, but just shut your trigger off. Shoot your ambient light. So my ambient light was set at, you know, 1/200th of a second, f4, so I could get all the depth and make sure nothing's blurred out on her, but yet the background's still a little fuzzy. I didn't want that totally crisp in focus. And then ISO, I had it at 50. I was using my 50 millimeter 1.4 Sigma lens with the adapter for the Nikon Z mirrorless 6.2. So that was my camera settings. So with that camera setting and how dark it was, this is how dark the background was. It was pretty, yeah, it was, you know, I mean, it was pretty dark. Like if I would have just took a picture without the light, like she would be totally black. It would be this outline of her, and you could see the sky a little bit. So first do that if you're just starting out, and then dial in the other light. Do one at a time. Do the back blue gel left light. Get that. Okay, it looks all right. You know, there's a little bit of highlight in her hair, you know, but it's not like really bright and blown out or nothing like that. And then dial in the green light, you know. And this one I had her looking this way, so it actually hit her face, which I'm kind of glad, because now you can kind of see how much power the green light is pushing, which is not extreme. And then my main light, I have it directed kind of down. You can see the shadow right here, so it's kind of up. You can tell it's up and to the left, pointing down at her face, so it kind of gives that little more shadow look, depth, and you can see on her neck as well. And yeah, very simple, just quick setup. So dial in the one light, dial in the other light, and then dial in your main light. Boom, you're set, you know. And I've been doing it for a little while to where I didn't even take an ambient light, you know, because I kind of just knew I adjusted my things and just turned it. In my first try, I think it came out pretty well, you know, and I just had to adjust a couple lights. So after you do it for a while, you get more confident, and just, it's almost like your mind. And I always shoot manual. A lot of people use TTL, which is totally cool. I was taught and I learned just to do everything manual, you know, just to trust, okay, I'm just doing the settings. And the more I do that, and the more I do, you know, manual ISO, manual aperture, manual shutter, manual triggers and lighting and stuff like that, it's just, I got a consistency to where I feel very confident and comfortable. So like if I'm on a wedding, I got to pull a couple out, and I only have 5 minutes to do couples photos before the first the toast or the speeches or whatever the case may be. I'm confident that it's sunset. Okay, I want to use lighting, and I'm confident just to jump out there and have it dialed in, and just, it doesn't take me as too long just to set the lighting, you know. So I'm pretty confident with my time, and that just comes with practice and more. So if you don't feel confident yet to do that for like a paid gig, you know, have your friends come out. You know, everybody's got somebody they know. Say, hey, you mind coming over? We do some couple shots, and you want to help me play with some lighting. You know, for me, when I first learned, I taught myself, and it was just like watching some YouTube channels, how to use Lightroom, you know, try to figure that out. I was single at the time, living at a small apartment, and I just sat there and did self-portraits. I didn't even have anybody come over. I did a lot of my work, trial and error, on myself. And then with lighting as well, I started using lighting and just trying to figure out stuff and learn Lightroom, learn Photoshop, and it just kind of developed into a passion, an obsession of passion. And I taught myself, you know. So you know, a lot of people might think, oh, you're not doing it right or whatnot. It's like, this is just how I learned. And over the years, working with professionals and other people that are really highly known photographers in Colorado that I've got the opportunity to work with and mentor under and just shoot with at weddings and stuff like that. You know, I took a little bit from a lot of people, and just kind of, you know, figured out what I wanted to do with my style. And I think that's where you just start, you know, what do you want to do? But again, you know, coming back to this photo session, it was pretty basic, pretty easy, and it was just cool because, you know, and I'll leave. I got a blog from this senior session. I'll put it in my description below if you want to see the whole shoot, and you can kind of see, you know, a lot of the natural lights and where I kind of use lights, and just try to think for yourself. Like at the school, I used some off-camera lighting, just my one light, but I didn't really darken everything down. I just wanted it for a highlighted light, just to kind of accentuate her out of the shadow. And, you know, defer it from yourself. Like as you look through the photos, just say like, okay, he probably just used natural light for this. Oh, this was the sunshine, or oh, he did use off camera. Try to figure out, you know, where did I use the light? Where did the light direction come from? And if you want any other videos from this senior session, I got footage from the whole shoot. So let me know, and I'll make another video if there's a certain photo that you say, oh, how'd you take that? Or but a lot of it is just different angles, you know, like on this one particular, I you know, I just set up the one session. I had her stand in one spot, and I just told her, you know, like I did a wider shot, you know, that's a different shot. That's a different look there. That's a different look, you know. Did the vertical, you know, I kind of shot down so the sky was out of it. It was all black background. Make sure, you know, you use your depth too. Since I took the time to set up these lights, you know, this is a medium shot, you know, then you come in, you get the tight shot, you still got the horizon in the background. It's a little darker, but it's like, you know, try to get all the shots you want in that pose. You know, I got multiple different shots to give her, different colored backgrounds, all that kind of stuff, just from this one quick session. So definitely was worth that 8 minutes of her time and my time. And I know they really appreciated these photos as well, towards besides the other ones. But yeah, if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. Ask me. You know, I'm an open book. Again, I'm just sharing my experience around my business and how I've succeeded in where I'm at now. And you know, if you're just starting out, hopefully I can help you out, and yeah, so we'll just go from there. But thanks again, guys, for, you know, watching my channel, and thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking this video, thanks for hitting that bell so you get notified when I do get new videos. It really helps my channel out, and just it excites me if I just help one person like develop something new in their work. Like that's winning. You know, I love doing this. I love making videos. It's just fun. It's fun for me because when I started out, like I said, I taught myself in my little tiny apartment shooting myself. And I learned from a lot of guys on YouTube, just these free YouTube videos that were just basic. And that's what I needed. I needed to learn just the simple things, the basics, until I could get out there and actually do stuff myself. And it helped tremendously. So that's why I like to do this, because I know how important it is for me when I started out. So I hope this helps. And again, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. So that's a wrap. So thanks for listening. Peace.